The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Hello, and welcome back to your favorite podcast,
De-Influenced.
We have a special guest today, Stratton Ramirez.
Stratton Lee Ramirez.
So Stratton is in here with us because Jordan kept him home from school because he missed him.
Well, we're also going to Nashville with Stella. We took Stratton by himself last time.
Yeah.
And it's not fair.
It's not fair.
He's got to get good time in with us.
Yeah, so if you hear some clinking of the toys, it's because he's playing with a dinosaur and Legos. Because my husband decided to bring the loudest toys in here.
Well, he brought them up. He brought them up, to be fair.
Also, sorry if I have a lisp. Do you hear that? Oh, I just spit everywhere. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I still don't understand what's causing the lisp.
Okay, so I went in to get my veneers redone. So I had veneers done about 7 years ago with Dr. Brian Harris. He's so good. He's kind of like the godfather of veneers. But he's up in Phoenix. And so it's kind of like a whole thing for me with 4 children to go to Phoenix and to like do the whole thing. And so he had worked with Dr. Dooley in Houston before, and I was like doing a ton of research. And so she is redoing my veneers, and she's adding a bunch to the bottom too. So what happens when you get veneers done? I had a lot of questions about veneers, so I'll try to answer as many as I've seen in my DMs. But what happens is you go in for your first appointment, and they take like impressions, and they get the molds, and they basically have to go and like order the porcelain from these like labs. And so you can't get your veneers done instantly because they have to order them after measuring everything. So I went in for this first appointment, and they do all the impressions, whatnot. They also have to prep your teeth. So let's just say like veneers are the thing where they have to like shave down. Sometimes they have to shave down your teeth in order to like fit the veneer over. Well, I had already had my teeth shaved down from my like previous veneers, but she had to like use a laser to pop off all of my current ones. It was crazy.
Oh, I saw.
My veneers were like, teeth were like flying all over the room with this like laser. It's so intense. And so it didn't hurt or anything because they numb you, and it's like, it's just crazy. But then I actually ended up getting like no prep veneers on my bottom. So she didn't have to shave down any of my bottom teeth because I was like a good candidate for like no prep. And so, which is awesome because people feel better about it, I guess, if they don't have to shave down their teeth and they just put something over them. But like to me, shaving down my teeth like doesn't really matter because I didn't ever like my teeth anyway. And they like cement these veneers on. I've had veneers for 7 years, and I've never had any problems with like them like cracking or in fact, I had more issues with my natural teeth cracking than I did my veneers, And then also she's redoing my implant, which is technically a crown because I was born without one of my like lateral teeth. And so anyway, so I'm going to go, well, you leave with temporaries, which is what I have right now. So these temps are not like the real shape and not the real color. Like they basically are just made to look like your current teeth. Mm-hmm. But their thing is they're more flimsy because they're not like porcelain. So I already cracked one, which is like very common.
I know, right before the bridal shower too.
Yeah.
Or the wedding shower?
The wedding shower. Wedding shower. Were you embarrassed?
No, I wasn't. I was worried that you were going to be.
Well,
but you handled it fine.
The thing is, because these are temporaries, your bite doesn't align just perfectly. So you kind of have a lisp. Yeah. Because my teeth are not like hitting in the right spots.
So where do they usually hit?
Like they usually, like my bite is usually like very natural, like the teeth just like fit together.
I guess if I like talk like this,
yeah,
I
it's
would
like
have a lisp
too, because there's air in between when my mouth is supposed to be closed.
Yeah.
And like I can't close my bite all the way, but it's only going to be like this for like 10 days until I go get the permanents, and then the permanents the bite will be perfect.
Got it.
So yeah, and so then I cracked one, which is also kind of like making it sound like, and she said she would fix it for me, but I don't care enough. If it was like a front tooth cracked, like,
well, we almost turned around the Uber and went back.
Yeah, but
I know you were debating it.
I was debating it,
but you had been in that chair for 8 hours.
I know, and I just like, it's temporary, so it's like I can live with a cracked tooth for like 10 days. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, not a big deal.
So yeah, I thought I would answer some of the questions I was getting about veneers. The main question is like about cost, because everyone wants to know how much they cost. So it really just depends on like your treatment plan, but I would just say like each tooth is about $2,000.
Yeah.
So if you get 4 done, it's going to be about 8,000. If you get 10 done, you can do the math. Like it's pretty crazy, but it's you know, I would say if I was like a lot smarter, maybe I would have been a cosmetic dentist.
Or just like a plastic surgeon.
No, because dentistry is like less bloody scary. Like plastic surgery is like a little too intense. I would never do that.
I don't know, because you should have seen
Really?
what I experienced. It was pretty wild. Give it kisses. Come here, you sweet boy. Come here. Just sit with me. Just sit with me. Oh, your pants are coming off.
Jordan wants to hang out with Stratton while he works, and it's just a lot more idealistic in our minds of how it would go. Jordan just thinks like a 4-year-old boy is just going to sit in his lap for an hour while he podcasts.
Well, he sits with me when I watch TV or like whenever I want to do anything else.
The poor kid has nothing to do here.
No, baby, he's having so much fun.
Okay.
We got to go to the bookstore after this.
Oh, what are y'all going to get?
I don't know, whatever he wants.
A book.
Probably a new Iron Man book.
That'd be sweet. You know, we need to work on our numbers.
A toy?
See, you talked about how you want to homeschool your kids, but you don't.
Well, I would say this would be the hardest part about it for sure.
They will be. You realize they would be home all the time.
No, I know 4 of them. I just don't understand. I don't understand how you would.
Well, you
get anything
can't
done.
work.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's crazy.
what was I talking about?
Well, you were talking about homeschooling, and then you were talking about
The cost of veneers.
the cost of veneers.
Yeah. So veneers are very expensive. I don't know. I just feel like it's after 4 kids, I was like grinding the heck out of my teeth. And I was like, what's something that I can do for a little glow up? I was trying to look smacks.
Yeah, no, ever since you found clavicular,
Yeah.
you've kind of made fun of him, but you've also adopted some of his principles.
No, I just like one principle, which is like, I don't know. I just
Look smaxing and logging.
A little self-care. A little self-care after 4 babies. So yeah, I'm going back in about a week and I'll get the final version. So I'm really excited about that.
One other observation about you lately is I feel like you're really dialed in.
Really?
Yeah, I can tell you're like you're getting like excited about other things, like you're feeling better, you're waking up at 5:45 a.m.
I know. I'm like back to my normal. So when I'm pregnant or postpartum, I'm usually depressed. And so I usually sleep a lot. And not depressed because of the babies. I just physically feel really sick and then it makes me sad and then I get depressed. But I naturally, like Dani at her core is like I'm a morning person. I'm very active. I have lots of energy throughout the day. And it's just been a long time since I've like felt like myself.
Well, yeah.
And so I have been waking up at 5:45 every morning. Like I'll go to bed at midnight or I'll go to bed at 8 p.m. and I wake up at 5:45. And so, yeah, I'm back. I'm back to my normal self.
What's on your mind though? Cause I see I see the focus in your eyes, but I actually don't know what you're focused on.
Well, we're moving to Nashville.
That's true. That's taking up a lot of your mental capacity.
So I have not had like a big project since probably like, I don't know, coming up with like this new Divi launch. Mm-hmm. Like my projects are usually like around Divi. And then once that's done, then I don't really have any projects, at home. Like I don't really have too much on my plate these days besides like it's kind of just like showing up every day for my kids. But that's just like being consistent. But my next project, like big project is this house. And so I've never really done like home content or like home projects. And so I am discovering how much I love it. Like it's so fun. I'm learning so much about like just how homes are built or like, like the rules of like interiors or construction. And like, it's so fun. Yeah. I'm having a blast with it. And I'm learning like all about like different materials and, like just like the little details about a home that you never really notice. It's just been fascinating.
So last night we went to the Taylor Swift Orchestra. Uh-huh. And I could tell you were there, but like your mind was like churning on something else. Was it the house?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what I feel. I totally get it. You're so excited about it. It's like all you think about.
It's all I think about. I'm like so excited about it.
I know. The funny thing about Dani's vision for this home is
he thinks it's my vision and my taste is crazy.
It's crazy.
He thinks it's
straight
like
up crazy.
No, he's like, this house is going to be crazy. It's so eclectic. It's so crazy. And I think it's just because like most homes you see nowadays are just like neutral, like, and they're beautiful, you know, neutral with like linens and like tans and wood and stone. And
so whatever you think is normal, it's the opposite of that.
I don't think my taste is like that crazy, but I just get so sick of seeing like the same thing over and over again. Like I really want it to be unique. And I've always loved color. Like I want it to be like ours. Like I don't want it to look like another house on Instagram. I want it to be like, oh, that's Dani's house.
No, for sure. I'm all about it. It's going to be you remember when Kendall Jenner did that architectural digest? What was it of her?
It was her
cabin?
Yeah, one of
in Aspen cabins. Or whatever. And like it was very polarizing. You had some people that really liked it, and then you had some people that really didn't like it. But I feel like that's what's going to happen here.
But I think that's kind of my goal is like, I feel like if it is for everyone, then it's not for me.
No, I love that.
You know, it's like, so I want it to be like, oh, I love it, but you don't love it. And that's okay. Cause it's like, that means that it's like my flavor.
Or as what she said to me, if you don't love it, then you're wrong. Because when we started going over the mood board with this designer,
he's such a buzzkill when it comes to like interior. It's like,
it was like you, designer, and then like 3 other females in the room. And I remember coming in and being like, oh yeah, I don't really
he's
like
this. I like this and I like this art and I like this. And I'm like, no, you don't. And he's like, no, I really do. I'm like, no, you don't. You just don't know better.
No, I've been totally cut out. This is how it probably should be. I've been completely cut out. And
you're not completely cut out. You're doing your own office.
Babe, this is what's crazy is Dani's never done this to me in our entire marriage. She hasn't even invited me to the group chat.
Yeah,
she won't invite me to the group chats with the builder or with the designer. And I was like, man, that's how, but I don't care because I love that you're excited about it.
Yeah.
Like it's like all I knew was like God wanted our family in Nashville. This is one of those things where I'm like, you do you, boo boo.
Yeah, I had a FaceTime with Catherine this morning, the interior designer. Yeah. She's the one that actually like designed the home, and she was walking me through the house, and I'm like, oh, we need to change that here. We need to do these type of outlets here, like. And I feel like with homes I've always had like zero confidence in like my decisions. Like before I make a decision, I have to like go research for 10 hours about something. And now I'm just like, no, wait, I know what I like and I know what I want. And so
you honestly might become a female home builder.
I don't know if I would, you know what? I don't know if I would be a home builder, but I think that one of my goals now is I would like to like renovate like a small home in Nashville and just like get my feet wet.
I think that what I'm kind of learning about you in this current state era is you need an outlet.
Yeah.
Like you need something to pour the excess energy into.
Because I'm like a very creative person, but it's not in the ways that you would think. Like I'm not creative in, like art, or like I can't dance, or I can't sing, or I can't like express myself in those ways. Right. But the way that I used to express myself was like probably through editing, like back in the day, like when I first started doing, and I used to edit, and like it was kind of like my thing. But now I don't really have like that thing, and fashion used to be like a huge creative outlet for me. And now it was the same thing. I was like, if people don't like my outfit, then that means I love it because it's not for everyone. Now I'm like, I do love clothes and I love fashion, but I'm not like as passionate about that as I get older. Like to me, clothes are more just like I don't know. I just want to fit in. Like, I just want to wear something that looks cute and nice. But like, it used to be like a huge, like, oh my God, I'd spend hours putting together outfits. And now I feel like it's like home. Lately, I've been trying to simplify getting dressed because I feel like the more chaotic life gets, the less I want to overthink or spend a ton of time on outfits. And that's honestly what's great about Quince pieces. Everything just feels easy to wear while still looking really elevated. Their fabrics honestly surprised me the most. They use things like 100% European linen, organic cotton, and really soft denim. And it all feels much more expensive than you'd expect. I've especially been loving their linen pieces lately because they're lightweight and breathable, but still look really polished. It's the kind of outfit you can wear all day and still feel comfortable in. And their denim was one of those things where I genuinely double-checked the price because it has that structured feel that makes it flattering, but it's still soft and easy to move in. What also makes Quince different is they work directly with ethical factories and cut out the middlemen, so you're paying for the quality itself instead of inflated markup. And everything is priced way lower than similar brands, which honestly makes refreshing your wardrobe feel a lot more realistic. Refresh your everyday with luxury you'll actually use. Head to quince.com/Dani for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/Dani for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Dani.
I feel like moving sounds exciting until you actually start thinking through all the logistics, because it's not just packing boxes. Then you have to figure out furniture, delivery timelines, and whether stuff even fits in the new place. Trust me, I am not looking forward to all that with our move to Nashville. Somehow, every easy assembly piece turns into a 6-hour project and an argument halfway through. That's honestly why something like Court Furniture Rental makes a lot of sense. Since Dani and I are moving soon, one thing we keep coming back to is how nice it would be to have a fresh start with furniture instead of dragging everything from one place to another. Court basically lets you furnish a place without the stress of buying everything up front. You can choose from curated packages or customize your own setup, pick your delivery date, and then they handle the delivery and setup for you. And I feel like that's the dream after a move. Walking into a place that already feels finished instead of living around boxes for 3 weeks. I've definitely had moments in past moves where furniture didn't fit through a doorway or something took way longer to put together than expected, and if something like Court existed then, it would have solved the problem immediately. And then when life changes again, they come pick everything up, which honestly removes a huge headache. So instead of stressing about furniture and tools and assembly instructions, you can actually focus on enjoying your new place. Rent today at court.com/deinfluenced. That's CORT.com/deinfluenced. One thing I think about a lot as a parent is how different food is now compared to when we were kids. Everything is ultra processed, loaded with sugar, and honestly, it's hard to know if kids are actually getting the nutrition they need. That's a big reason Haya exists. They basically looked at the kids' vitamin market and said, why are these all just candy pretending to be vitamins? So instead of sugar and gummy additives, Haya went the opposite direction. Clean ingredients, no artificial dyes, and nutrition that's actually designed around what modern kids are missing. They worked with pediatricians and nutrition scientists to create a chewable vitamin with organic fruits and vegetables plus essential vitamins and minerals like vitamin D, B12, zinc, and folate. And from a parent perspective, I appreciate how transparent they are. They're non-GMO, vegan, dairy-free, allergy-free, and they do third-party testing for heavy metals and contaminants. Our kids also had way too much fun decorating the reusable bottle with the stickers it comes with, which honestly makes the whole routine easier. And here's something every parent needs to hear. If getting your kids to eat vegetables feels like an impossible daily battle, Haya's new Kids Daily Greens plus Superfoods is a total game changer. It's basically chocolate milk stuffed with veggies. It's a greens powder designed specifically for kids that's packed with 55 plus whole food sourced ingredients. Just mix 1 scoop with milk or milk alternative and watch them actually enjoy something that's secretly fueling their growing bodies. We've worked out a special deal with Haya for their best-selling children's vitamin. Receive 50% off your first order. To claim this deal, you must go to hayahealth.com/DaniAustin. This deal is not available on their regular website. Go to hayahealth.com/DaniAustin and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults.
No, it's kind of wild. Like you're kind of back.
I'm back.
You're kind of getting back.
I know.
It's been so long.
I know.
I knew it was you.
I was here.
This is who I married.
She's back.
But she's been gone.
Jordan comes in this morning. He's like, "Why are you dressed up?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just got dressed for the day."
I was like, wait.
I'm just wearing clothes. It's because I'm usually in sweats every day.
No, I love
for
it.
the past 4 years.
Happy wife, happy life. And it's like, the past couple of years you've been feeling so bad that like I'm just pumped.
I know.
I'm pumped for your outlet. I'm pumped for your new house, our new house.
Houses are so expensive.
Our house, but your design that I'm learning to love.
Jordan was like, all I want to do is like, I want to have say with the landscaping. And I'm like, okay, like I'll just give him the landscaping. And so then we go meet with the landscaper. His name's Houston. And I totally took over that meeting. And I'm like, we're going to need Japanese maples here.
And I was like, who is this person?
Here. I'm like, privacy fence, no privacy fence. I want to use evergreens, hollies for the privacy fence. Like, and now I'm like researching, like every time I drive by a house, I'm like, I'll take pictures and like ask ChatGPT. I'm like, what kind of tree is this or what? But I am doing hydrangeas at our house. And I'm so excited because I've always wanted to have a house that could, you can't really grow hydrangeas in Texas, like our climate's not great for hydrangeas, but I'm gonna have hydrangeas at our new house.
Yeah, I got a gym, I got a sauna. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm in Nashville.
You got your sauna.
I got 4 seasons. I'm great.
I am doing turf. I'm doing a swing set in the backyard, a built-in trampoline. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of sweet. We're not moving to like the country. We're moving into like a neighborhood that kind of feels very much like our neighborhood now, except just like more spaced out.
Yeah.
And so I'm so excited.
What's so funny is we've been talking about this a lot. Dani is fully in on Nashville now.
Oh, I'm like, I can't wait.
110%. Could be even more in on Nashville than I was.
I think I am.
I think you are.
It's
the craziest thing. And the funniest thing about this is we had to have one moment because she's been talking to people about Nashville, and I've noticed a lot of the sound bites are my sound bites.
Like what?
Like, it's just such a good culture for family, like we just really want to like raise our kids, like to be like super like down to earth and love Jesus and all this stuff. And I love all the talking points that you're saying, but I had to have one moment where I was like, Dani, can you just tell me that I was right?
Wow.
And she couldn't do it.
I mean, did too. I said it twice.
You said, fine, okay, you're right. Let's move on. But I just hear you parading this script about how amazing Nashville is, and I love it.
It's because
I just wanted one moment.
I think I know more about Nashville than you do now.
Yeah, probably so.
It's because I've also I like did so much research, like finding the perfect neighborhood and the right areas and all this stuff. And so, and the schools and some of the homeschools and so the churches, whatever. So I just feel like I'm not an expert on Nashville. Obviously, I've never like lived there, but I've done a lot of research.
No, for sure.
I already like have my kids like scheduled for like doctors and some of like the soccer teams and stuff. So I'm just, I'm dreaming.
Yeah, it's, I will say though, there was probably like, how long was I pushing Nashville?
3 years.
3 years?
2 years?
We visited, I would say like really pushing, like I really think that like we have to do this, probably like 6 to 12 months, right?
No, a year and a half ago at least.
A year and a half ago?
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, let's just say it was the past year. I will say that when you feel just like for the wives and husbands out there was a period where I was like pretty certain that God wanted our family in Nashville, but like you and I were not on the same page.
I was like over my dead body.
That period was the scariest, most confusing, hard period of my life because I was so sure, but like it was like I remember it. I was like, God, how are we going to get on the same page about this? And so it's so cool for me now that we are like totally on the same page. If in fact you're probably more excited than I am, it's like God is so good. Like, what do I got to worry about?
I know. I mean, I agree. And it's like, it's something that I'm so excited about. And not to say Dallas has not served us well. It's served us very well. We've had some amazing things happen in Dallas. And we were both like raised in the Dallas area. But I think it's just like time for an adventure. Yeah.
Did I tell you about the lady who stopped me on the street today?
I know. Heather? Was she blonde?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
What did
she say?
I don't know her name, but she's like, oh, I heard y'all are moving to Nashville. She was like, we might be right behind you. And I was like, oh, why do you think you want to go to Nashville? And she was like, well, I'm from Tennessee. And she was like, man, she doesn't know anything about us. And I was like, she goes, I just feel like I just always have to be thinking about what car I'm driving and like what I'm wearing and like, you know, like all the private school scenes and all this stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, you should come to Nashville.
Yeah, we feel the same thing.
Yeah.
Which, you know, like I said, you can find your pockets in Dallas where you don't feel that pressure. I actually don't feel pressure to like be wearing a certain brand or driving a certain car. That's not the pressure. I feel the pressure to work in Dallas.
Work, grind.
Like grind. Yeah.
Strive.
And
Succeed.
I was texting Natalie Kennedy this morning and she was like, oh, just wait. She's like, you're going to come out here and you're going to start where you're at, and then you're going to come out to the country, and then you're going to start with 1 animal, and then you're going to have 5 animals, and then you're going to start homeschooling, and then you're going to start doing this. And I was like, I already feel myself being like pulled in that direction. Oh, man. She said it's just like a better, slower pace of life. Like,
no, for sure.
I'm excited.
It's like hard for me to wrap my mind around this, you know, like you're supposed to, you marry like a different person every 7 years or something. Didn't you tell me?
I think it's 10 years. Yeah. Every 10 years.
Like, I feel like you're entering it. It's like the same Dani, but like a new evolution. Like if you homeschooled our kids, or if we homeschooled our kids, that would be so crazy.
I know.
I would have never been able to bet on that at the beginning of our marriage.
No, never.
Never. So great. What a fun time.
But I would like to do like a homeschool where they at least are going like 4 days a week.
Well, yeah. I mean,
2 days a week
honestly,
is not enough.
Just even with Stratton up here, that was
for 20 minutes.
That was tough.
That was tough.
I can't do anything.
Literally.
I really can't do anything.
It's kind of crazy.
No, I love hanging out with him, but the reason I had to come up here to take the call is I was like,
well, and when you homeschool, like you do need, especially when they're young, like you need to stay disciplined, like, and make sure that they are doing their work and doing what they need to be doing, because otherwise they fall behind.
No, for sure.
And that's why I do like the schooling system, is like they keep your kids accountable for you. Yeah. Kind of. But that's why moms that homeschool are like so badass, because it's a lot of work.
Oh man.
Yeah, so we're heading to Nashville. It'll be interesting, you know, the transition, because we're gonna have this home, which we already have furniture here. So we're gonna need to figure out like what to do with our furniture here. The home won't be ready. Our home in Nashville probably won't be ready till the fall. And school will start in August. So we need to get down there pretty fast. And so we probably need to find like a place to rent, or, you know, maybe we buy like an investment property. Wait, maybe.
What if you built it?
No, I don't want to build a home. That's too much. Wait, why don't we get an investment property that we move into? Stop.
Sorry, I thought it was
that we move into, and then we move out and we move to our, and then that's the home project that I have, that I flip it and sell it.
There you go. For sure.
Because I'm going to have all of this free time.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to have 4 children, and then
I'm homeschooling.
You're going to be focused on our main.
I know. It's maybe not a good idea. I'll think about it.
Yeah, just think about it.
Let's
maybe get there first. See how.
Yeah, let's get there. Let's see, because I do need to be like present for my kids. So, that'll be an interesting transition. You know, hopefully people were asking like, are Tornado or Tam Tam, are they going to end up in Nashville? What is like your honest answer on that? Like right now they're saying no, that they're not going to move there. I don't think that's going to last. I think give them 6 months.
Well, so I've always had this dream of a family compound. I think I pressed it.
Do you really want that though?
Well, it's going to have to be like a lot of land, because we need to be like spaced out.
Oh, okay. Like 100 acres.
Yeah. Like 100 plus acres. So it's like you're over here, we're over here.
Right.
You got to like really want to see us. You got to hop on the golf cart or something. And
yeah, you can't just walk over.
Yeah. And so, I've always wanted that. Mm-hmm. Now, was that like something that was divine and called on us? I don't know. But I would say if it were to happen, it was never going to happen here in Dallas, because you think about where would we have gone to get 100 acres? We would have to like move into the deep country, you know, like east, which you would have never gone, north, which we would have never gone. But in Nashville, I could see it, because, you know, where we're going to be located now, you can get 100 acres like 30 minutes from there.
Yeah, which is so cool.
And it's still close enough to like Franklin, to where you still have like access to population and like all the cool people that live there.
Yeah.
So if it's going to happen, it's going to happen there, but I'm not going to push it.
Yeah, we'll just see what happens.
I tried to push it a couple of years ago, and I don't
Yeah.
think it didn't go well.
It didn't.
It didn't go well.
Yeah. But I could see it happening.
I could see it happening. We are going to go and we're going to have the time of our lives. And then if people want to follow, it's like doors open.
Well, it's going to be fun because we're also moving like around the time that Olivia's having her baby.
Cousins.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like
cousins.
literally like it will be within like 2 weeks probably that she has her baby.
Totally. That's so great.
It's so great.
So great.
I can't wait to be an aunt. Aunt Dee Dee
wow.
is what I've decided.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, what do you want your name to be? Jordan?
I've never thought of myself as uncle. It actually just happened in my mind.
Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah. What do you want to like? Yeah. It's kind of cool.
It's kind of like it feels similar to when I found gray hairs, if I'm being honest. I'm like, whoa.
Like you're an uncle?
Yeah, like I'm old enough to be an uncle.
Yeah.
I kind of feel a lot of responsibility.
I know.
It's just kind of dawned, like I'm actually kind of stressed. It dawned on me.
I know. And it's going to
Like-
be to like a little girl.
Like I'm just having to figure out, I'm just figuring out dad. Like
I
now I
know.
gotta, what does
But
that
uncle,
role look like?
and uncle is like so much cooler. Like you just come in for like the cool parts.
Yeah.
And so I really want to be like the type of aunt that like every single time they see me, like the same thing happens. So like maybe I always have lollipops.
oh, that's good.
Or like I always.
Wow, you've really thought about this.
Yeah. Or like maybe they call me Choco or something because I always have chocolates. You know, I just want to be like a consistent, like
Yeah.
I'm like known for that one thing.
Huh.
Or maybe like I always have, I don't know, like gumballs or something.
Yeah.
Like gumballs would be cool.
Yeah, workshop it. You're close.
I'm
though.
getting there.
You're getting there.
I just need to I need to see it.
So you put a lot. I got to think about this.
Yeah.
What should my name be?
Or like maybe I always take them to like the same spot, like the same ice cream parlor, or like the same, or like maybe I'm like the aunt that's known for taking the kids to Six Flags. You know, I gotta have like my thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
But like that's what, honestly, aunts and uncles are not like, they're not foundational in like a kid's life. They're just such like it's an addition, like it's like a luxury
Right.
to have like a cool aunt and uncle present in your life. And so like, so you just have to, it's just like having like sprinkles on top of like a family.
Yeah.
Like we're just like the sprinkles. Maybe I should be called Sprinkle.
No, I liked what you had.
Dee Dee,
Yeah, Aunt Dee Dee.
not Aunt Lolly. And I always lollipops.
I mean, it's cool. It's a commitment. Because if you don't,
But see, I would
if you don't
just-
follow through with these lollipops, then you're just lolly for
It's
no
like-
reason.
It's like more stressful than it should
Yeah,
be.
it's way more stressful.
No, but what I would do is I would just like order like a ton of different lollipops, and I'd have like a drawer in my house, and then like every time kids come over, I'm like the one with the lollipops.
I know. It's just
So my
you
mom
gotta
was
really fully commit.
so my mom was known for like her cheesy dip, but we didn't call it queso, we called it cheesy dip. And my mom would always make my friends cheesy dip, and like we were known for like the house with the cheesy dip. So like when all my friends came over, it was like, oh, can your mom make her cheesy dip?
Huh.
And then also we were known for we always had Starburst jelly beans out on our table.
Yeah.
So when my friends came over, they always knew they could come in and grab a handful of. It was kind of gross because they always got like dust on them.
I feel like a lot of people spend time and money trying to improve their health, but most of the time they're still guessing. Like you change your diet, take supplements, work out more, but you don't actually know what's working. That's what makes Rhythm interesting to me. It gives you actual data you can track instead of just hoping for the best. And the process is surprisingly simple. They send you an at-home blood test kit. You use this painless device on your arm, send it back, and your results show up in a couple days. What's different is you can do it consistently. Instead of getting one random lab result once a year, you can track movement across more than 30 biomarkers, things like hormones, inflammation, cholesterol, and metabolic health. I recently did a test, and what stood out most was honestly how easy the whole process was. No driving to a lab, no waiting room, no scheduling around your day. And the portal actually makes the results understandable. They even have an AI health coach that breaks things down and gives recommendations based on what you're seeing. I also like the idea of being able to track changes over time instead of reacting once something already feels off. It just feels like a much smarter way to stay proactive about your health. Right now, Rhythm is offering our listeners 15% off your first month and free shipping at rhythm.health/Danny. That's Rhythm with one H, RYTHM.health/Danny for 15% off your first month and free shipping. Stop guessing, start testing. Rhythm.health/Danny.
Okay. Have you ever done your makeup in the morning and then later in the day caught yourself in a mirror and thought, why does my makeup somehow look worse now than it did 6 hours ago? Like heavier, cakier, almost like it's sitting on top of your skin instead of blending into it. And I feel like that's why so many people are shifting towards makeup that works more like skincare now. That's exactly what OG is. It's a certified organic beauty brand, but the thing that makes it different is the performance actually lives up to the hype. Their Crystal Contour collection is nearly 90% skincare ingredients. Things like green coffee oil, elderberry extract, and cold pressed jojoba, which are ingredients you'd normally expect in really high-end skincare. And I feel like you can tell the difference because it blends so easily and just wears better throughout the day. It gives that natural warmth and glow without feeling heavy. The routine itself is also really simple. It's basically 3 sticks, copper for warmth, rose quartz for color, and opal for glow. And you can do your whole face in a few minutes. And instead of looking overly done, it just gives that good skin day look where your makeup still looks fresh hours later. I also like that OG is NSF certified organic because I feel like the term clean beauty gets thrown around so much now that it barely means anything anymore. It's one of those routines that feels elevated, but also really effortless at the same time. If you're ready to raise your beauty standards, OG's got you covered. Go to OG.com/Danny and use code Danny for 20% off. That's OGEE.com/Danny and enter code Danny to get 20% off. I feel like everyone is trying to find their signature scent, but I also feel like nobody wants something super overpowering or complicated anymore. And that's honestly why Salt and Stone has gotten so popular. Their scents just smell clean and elevated in a way that somehow makes you feel more put together without trying too hard. I also think their Discovery set is the smartest way to try it because it comes with all 4 scents: santal, bergamot, saffron, and neroli. So you can actually figure out which one feels the most like you. And they all have such different vibes. Like santal feels a little warmer and richer. Bergamot is really fresh. Neroli is lighter. It honestly just depends what you naturally gravitate towards. The deodorant itself is award-winning, aluminum-free, and designed for 48-hour protection. So it's not just about smelling good. It actually performs too. And I feel like once people start using it, they end up wanting the body wash and everything else because it makes your whole routine feel a little more elevated. It's one of those products where you understand the hype pretty quickly. Try Salt and Stone's Discovery set to find your signature scent. Go to saltandstone.com/Danny and use code Danny at checkout for 15% off your first order. That's saltandstone.com/Danny and use code Danny for 15% off your first order. Thank you, Salt and Stone, for sponsoring this episode.
Well, this is a great exercise. I would like to know, in our new home, do you see us being the home that like people come to and like hang out at?
You know, it's always so sweet when people think of it that way, but like we have so many kids. It's like hard.
Right. Like I would like to, we don't really have people over here anymore. Unless it's like a birthday party. We used to though.
Because we didn't have as many kids.
But like now it's
honestly, it's hard. Like at the end of the day, like I don't really want people over.
Yeah. I was wondering what your general philosophy was on that.
I really hope we make friends with our neighbors and our neighbors can come over. That's like way less of a commitment.
But like, would we be like where it's like, oh, come over for dinner? I've always wanted to be that, but like, why is it so hard?
Like, do you really think about it though? Like, do you want that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think the conversation would be really fun. But it's hard to commit to that because when it's 5:00, it's like, I know. That's why neighbors are so like clutch, like a good neighbor that like they can come over, but you don't have to like host them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's the burden of hosting.
It's the hosting that it's like so stressful. It's like having food for everyone, drinks for everyone, like whatever. And when you have a neighbor, like they just pop over and like you don't have to have crazy things going on.
I
And
wonder,
the neighbor can like come into your house and like help cook or like bring their own food. And it's like not that big of a deal because they can just walk over when they're done. But when you have like people drive over to your home and like take time out of like a lot of time out of their day to like come over, like I feel like you have to host them.
yeah.
Like our lake house, it's kind of like people just like pop in, pop out.
I'm always exhausted after those.
That's what I'm saying. So it's
a
like
lot.
people are always like, oh, I want to have a home where like we host. And I'm like, do you though? Like, I just feel like hosting is like for a different era of our lives.
Okay, that's super fair to say.
Yeah, hosting is like when your kids are older, in my opinion.
You're so right.
Like when they're driving themselves to like,
and they can sit at the dinner table.
they can sit at the dinner table, they can make themselves food. Like,
So we don't need to feel guilty about not being. We're just not in our hosting era.
This is like the era of like neighbors. That's why I moved into a neighborhood. Like I want neighbors. I want my kids to be able to run over to Sarah's house down the street. Like I was at my friend's house every single day and I wasn't feeling like their parents needed to make me dinner. In fact, a lot of times I'd go home, have dinner, and then come back.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so true,
That's
babe.
the vibe.
That's so true.
Yeah, no. We don't need to have like...
We're just not
like,
in our hosting era.
Totally. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. I'm not worried anymore.
I don't have any of the nice crystals, nothing. I'm not doing that. I'm just having like...
Because I kind of wanted to blame you because I was like, maybe you're just taking hosting like too serious. Like that's like the Dallas in you. Whereas like it could just be like, hey, just come over. Like we'll figure it out.
I know the issue is none of our neighbors like us.
Well, no. I'm just talking about in general. Like because whenever we have people over, you're always like, put the drinks out, do this. And I'm like, babe, the drinks are in the drink
Because
fridge.
I feel a responsibility that if you made a family pack up in the car and come over, like you need to take care of them.
Yeah. We'll see how other people host in Nashville and we'll see if we can do it.
Yeah, and it depends on like how good you
know
are.
Who's really hospitable?
Let me think. Who?
Jefferson Bethke.
Yeah.
And they were super chill about it. They were like, hey, like we're going to grab some pizzas, come over. And they had like 16
I do feel like it's
over.
a culture thing. I think like in Dallas, I do feel like a pressure to
and you know why
have it all perfect.
Why I know that is because I kept being like, hey man, we'll be there 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late. And I remember he was like, okay.
He's like, you don't need to.
Yeah,
tell me.
No. When I was there and we were there, it really did feel like we were bringing our Dallas into their city.
Oof.
We
got to calm down with that.
No, so much so that when this was a trip you weren't on, but I went to church with the kids.
Yeah.
And he literally goes, "You look so Dallas." And all I would like, our children were just so like, I mean, she was in a dress. Stratton was just in a collared shirt. So it's gonna be a culture shock.
We're gonna have to calm down.
We're gonna have to chill out.
It's like, yeah, I know it's gonna be hard for me to relearn.
I know, but the idea of hosting that I would love is like, I think there's so many interesting people that I have met there, and they know they're interesting in such a variety of different ways. Like, remember when we asked that guy about we were asking about Israel and Palestine, and we were like, hey, like, what do y'all know about this? Like, you know, I think it was like biblically, and
that guy, yeah,
he went on a dissertation,
yeah,
and I almost we had to be like, hey, whoa, slow down.
Yeah, it was like a
lot.
lot.
And people are just like, and then this other guy we met at the bridal shower, he was like, I have bees.
Yeah,
he showed us pictures of him in his bee outfit.
And Sean Johnson and Andrews just got bees.
People just like,
they're cool.
They're so interesting.
And
so like, I want those people around my dinner table, you know?
Oh, yes.
Did you get us a dinner table?
Oh, yes, of course.
How many people can it sit? I gave some input on this, but I don't think anyone. I think the designer wasn't listening. No one was listening.
Well, I think it's not like it's like dining room tables. It's like usually 10 or so. It's not like
we can live with 10.
Yeah,
but we take up 6 of the 10.
That's what I'm saying. Is like no.
We're not in our hosting era.
Yeah, like we have a lot of kids.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm making the club room not like a club room. I'm making it like a fun kids room.
That's fair.
I know.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, what else is going on?
I mean, that's our life. So that's our life.
How much longer?
we're only at 40 and only 30 of those are real.
What else can we talk about?
Even I'm blanking. More about moving, but we don't really have much. Like the teeth and the move are top of mind.
Yeah, what else is what's going on like culturally? What's going on out there?
I've been kind of unplugged from that.
What's Jordan been learning lately?
Oh, babe, you have so much to talk about with the book you're reading.
No, that's the deep tracks.
No,
People are
it's so
not-
okay.
people are
Like,
not
let me
ready.
ask you questions about it then, because I'm curious about it.
Or give Jordan a timer that he has 5 minutes.
You have 5 minutes to tell us everything about what you're learning in your new book. No, genuinely, I am curious though about this new book you're reading. So he's been reading. I keep on wanting to call it Into the Realm. It's called
The Unseen Realm.
The Unseen Realm. Landon told you about it, right?
Yeah.
So it's basically about spiritual warfare. You got to tell them that thing that you learned about the sneaky snake.
The sneaky snake. Okay, I'll tell you about the sneaky snake.
The sneaky snake and Adam and Eve. So we've been like learning and I was going to say experiencing, learning / experiencing / talking about a lot of spiritual warfare and just like how that shows up in our lives. So Jordan bought like 3 or 4 books. 2 were from exorcists, and 1 was called The Unseen Realm.
The Unseen Realm.
And he's learned a lot about spiritual warfare, and like how angels and demons and all of this kind of like shows up in people's lives.
Okay, I'll bite. So
And here we go.
So basically, I would say that you and I were pretty vanilla Western Protestants.
No, I was raised in.
Sorry, Dani was
not
raised
vanilla.
in a charismatic church, but it's not just because you were raised in a charismatic church. I would actually say that made you even more skeptical.
True, I agree with you.
Dani was a huge skeptic towards, I would say, just.
But I wasn't until I was. I was actually a more extreme. I was very, very charismatic until it didn't work for me. And then I became skeptical.
No, for sure. But I would say because it didn't work for you in that moment, which was a very like coerced, manipulated experience that you had when you were like, how old were you? 2nd grade?
It was my whole life.
Oh,
Growing up in the church that I
but
grew
what's
up in.
that one time? Maybe tell the story about they locked you in the room and made you.
Okay, so just I grew up in a church that was very charismatic, and I don't hold any like resentment or anger or bitterness towards this church at all. Like, because I do believe in miracles, and I do believe in spiritual warfare, and I do believe in speaking in tongues and being slain in this. I believe in all of that. But this church in particular, like when I was in 2nd grade, I went to a camp with this church, and they put us all in a room and said, like, once we spoke tongues, we could leave. Spoke in tongues. And so I just always like was very like, and I do believe that there were kids in that group in 2nd grade speaking in tongues. And I really wanted to be able to access like that gift, and I just never could. And so then I always kind of questioned if like it was me or my faith wasn't strong enough, or if I did something wrong, or if it just like wasn't supposed to be. And so like we were encouraged in my church to like go out and pray. Like literally, I remember the day my pastor told us, like, if you see a dead frog or a dead squirrel on the side of the road, like run over by a car, start practicing your faith and go over and try to raise it from the dead. Like truly. So I would try to do that. There was a frog that died in my backyard, and I made like a little ceremony. I'm not even kidding you.
No, I believe you.
And I got a brick, and I wrote like RIP, and I like named it and everything. And I would pray for this frog to like come back to life, because I genuinely thought that God could give me that power. And I still think that God can, like, he's God. He can do literally anything he wants. But it just like, I think as I got older, I was like, wait a minute. And I don't think that the church was like trying to like harm me, or like, I truly think they were trying to like raise us into these like spiritual, Holy Spirit led, filled humans, you know? But it just at a young age, it's very like confusing for your faith whenever you're like totally want something and it doesn't happen to you. they also would pull us up on stage and like try to heal us like in front of everybody. And I think that's probably like the one thing that I feel not resentment towards, but I feel like a little, not anger, but yeah, maybe resentment is the right word, is like, why are all these things that this church is doing, why are they always so public? Like, why are they up on stage? Like, why are they pulling everybody up in front of everybody else to perform these quote unquote miracles? Like, why aren't these things, and maybe they were happening more behind the scenes, but that part, it gives me like very like Joel Osteen, like, or who's that guy? The guy that always like, he's like the like pastor evangelist.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
That's always like,
He's got like kind of
he's
crazy
like
eyes.
Indian, I think he's an Indian guy.
Oh, I don't know.
But anyway, he's like always doing that up on stage. And to me, it just seems very theatrical and it feels very much for the people and not for God. And so I think that's where I become skeptical, as I'm like, okay, who are you really doing this for? You know?
Yeah.
So, and I never really learned so much about, like, I feel like if you're going to learn about healing and angels and all this, then you also need to learn about how like demonic activity works too, because they're both real. And I never really learned anything about that.
So did you tell the story? In that whole thing, did you tell how you went up on stage and
So no, I didn't tell that story. So, so one time, I think I was probably like in 6th grade, I started to lose my eyesight. Like I wasn't like lose my eyesight. I just needed glasses. Like I wasn't going blind. Sorry. I guess I was going blind because I couldn't see anything. I couldn't even read like the big E at the eye doctor, you know? Well, and so they pulled us up on, or they said, you know, does anybody here need healing? And I'm like in 6th grade and I'm still like I believe, like I am like fully bought in. I'm like, God can perform these miracles. He will heal me. My church is awesome. And they're going to like make sure I don't have to get into glasses because I didn't want to be in glasses. And so they pulled us up on stage and I was like there with like 2 other kids. And, you know, his name was Pastor Sean. And he like prayed over me like in front of everyone. And he's like, in the name of Jesus, restore her eyesight, whatever. And I opened my eyes and he's like, can you see? And I'm like, oh my God, I can see. And he's like, praise God, praise Jesus. And everybody's like clapping, like performing a miracle. I totally lied.
Yeah. And
In
then,
front of everyone.
and then another time they locked you in a room.
I told that story already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so, but here's the thing. And the reason I didn't have resentment, and I think I maybe still don't, is I always felt like it was my fault. And I still question that to this day. I still question if like sometimes miracles are not happening in my life in the ways that I would think that they would happen because I don't have enough faith. Like I still question that.
Well, I think
Like-
or you don't feel like it's like miracles for thee, but not for me.
Well, and like, here's another like perfect example. So like every single Sunday they would do an altar call, which is essentially where you ask Jesus to like be your Lord and Savior. You ask him to enter your heart and that you believe that he died for your sins. And you basically, once you accept Jesus into your heart like that, you are eternally saved and you can go and like when we die, you will go live in heaven. And babe, when I tell you that I accepted Jesus in my heart 15 times, like I literally every single Sunday, and he would get up on stage, he's like, and if that's you, and if you feel that tugging in your heart and you feel like Jesus is like, and I'd be like, oh shit, I don't know if it really worked last week. I'm like, and I raised my hand. I mean, I gave my life to Jesus 15 times. I still think about it to this day. Like they'll do altar calls and like they were doing a baptism. I've been baptized like 5 times. No, I'm not even kidding. And like they did it at our church last weekend and I was like, shoot, do I need to go up there and be baptized again? Like I am always questioning if it's enough. Like it's just never enough in my eyes.
Yeah, no, totally. I used to do kind of a version of that, but this is so like weird. But when I would pray, I was worried that amen wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And I don't know how this happened. I wasn't, just to be
So
clear.
instead of amen, you're like, amen.
No. I think I was in like 4th or 5th grade because I remember being at Sky Ranch. And for some reason, I was like, amen. And then I felt like I had to say send, like an email. And so I'd always be
Amen,
like, I'd be
send.
like, amen, send, amen. and it became like a psychosis thing. But that's probably just
It's like an email that like you haven't. You're like, I wrote out the prayer, but I don't know if I
because
sent
it was like
it.
around AOL, and I was like, send, amen. I was like, maybe that.
I did. Oh, that's hilarious. It's like the prayer doesn't work unless you like say it out loud. Like,
No, for
used
sure.
to
So
do that.
I get that. But basically, I would say that that all created a lot of skepticism in you towards the supernatural. Fair? Sorry, supernatural for you.
No, it's not against the supernatural. It's skepticism against churches and the way that we deal with the supernatural. I believe the supernatural. I always have.
Yeah, but like for thee, not for me. Like I feel like you. So this is kind of the reason I'm poking at this is I feel like this is like a big point of the book, is like Western Christians have like they believe with their heads in the supernatural. And let's just say supernatural is a broad term for like spiritual warfare or angels and demons and, you know, God being, you know, omnipresent and all that. But with our hearts and with our day-to-day reality, we have really kind of just focused on like the physical material world that's in front of us.
I agree. I think the best way to say it is I am skeptical with how we interact with the spiritual realm.
Yes. Okay. I
So
feel that
because
from you.
I believe in it and I know that it happens, but I also, I wouldn't say I'm skeptical, but I would say what I struggle most with in my faith is prayer. Like not prayer in that like I will pray every night and ask, but believing that God actually will act off of my prayers.
Yes.
I always feel like things are going to happen a certain way, whether I pray about it or not.
Totally.
But I'll pray to show God that I'm okay with his way, good or bad. So it's more of like an act of like surrender and just saying like, God, I know whatever's going to happen to me is going to happen to me. I know that even if I pray to you, it's not going to change, but like, just, you know, I trust you, whatever.
But I feel like the danger with that mentality, because I think we both adopted that, the danger with that mentality is that it's almost like what's going to happen is going to happen. There's no like intercession that we can do. So we kind of lose the relational side of communicating and communing with God.
Yeah.
And then anything bad that happens, it's like, oh, well, like that was going to happen. Right.
Yeah, I feel that way.
And so what I feel like we got really good at that God broke us of was assuming that all the good was from us and all the bad was like also from us. Does that make sense? It's like we just, so the supernatural for us, like even like prayer and communion with God became very watered down, right?
Yeah, because it doesn't seem as like dire.
It doesn't seem as
'Cause
dire.
what's gonna happen is gonna happen. I basically believe the opposite of the prosperity gospel, which is like kind of depressing.
The opposite of the prosperity gospel.
Like
What do
the
you mean?
prosperity gospel is like you pray for it, God will give it to you. You become a Christian, you become rich. I'm like to the extreme the other way.
Yeah, like I
Like
remember,
you become a Christian, you will suffer. Like
I remember always being like Danny, I feel like God was telling me this, and you would even go as far as saying like, yeah, I don't think God works like that. But it would be over something like, oh man, like I think that this cool thing happened, and I feel like it was just like God that opened the door. And you would say things like, no, I don't feel like God works like that, you know, because
oh, really? I don't remember
yeah, you
that.
said it about one thing and I can't remember, but it was like, that's what I feel like happened. And so, where is it going with this? So I think that we both, like the whole point of this book is like Western Christians in particular,
Yeah.
you know, we're bombarded with like the news media. We're bombarded by like our physical reality. We're like all on social media, and it basically makes like life just constrained to like the physical material world, which is like our senses,
Right.
you know, what we can see, get, gain, comprehend, etc. But this book is really cool. It's called The Unseen Realm, and it goes through the same scripture that we've always read, but it just like tries to open your mind to a more like, there's a physical realm, which is like our reality. And then there's a spiritual realm, which is like all the things that we read about in the Bible, but we just kind of like overlook it. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so it's like the world of angels and demons and
Fallen angels.
fallen
which are
angels
demons.
and like
Like the fact that Satan used to be, wasn't it like God's favorite angel or something?
Well, I think that's like the traditional view, but I don't think it says in the Bible that he was like his favorite angel. It refers to like, so what's interesting about this book is it mostly spends the time in Genesis, and it like recaps like a lot of like the Hebrew and like how translations have changed.
Yeah.
And one of the most interesting things that I was telling you about that I thought you thought was interesting was that Satan is used a lot in the Bible, but the Hebrew term Satan is just like opposer, right? So like opposition.
Yeah.
So pushing against something.
Uh-huh.
But then there was like the Satan that became like basically, hell and like
Because
Lucifer.
he wasn't his favorite angel, but he was just one that started to go against God.
I think that there's like, he was like,
Okay, wait. Isaiah 14 talks about the fall of Lucifer, or the morning star.
the morning star. That was it.
Though the passage is directly about the king of Babylon and is also interpreted by many Christians as symbolically referring to Satan. I don't know. Ezekiel 28 describes someone who was in Eden, beautiful and exalted before becoming prideful. Again, it directly addresses the king of Tyre, but is often seen as having a deeper parallel to Satan. Revelation 12 describes Satan being cast down from heaven after rebelling against God. Interesting.
Yeah. So
Well, you're just
no,
staring
sorry,
at
I
me.
was like daydreaming. But I don't know how too deep I want to go into this, but it's an awesome book, and it's really helped me sort of open my eyes to the fact that like there's almost like there's two parallel things happening here. There's like the physical realm, and then there's the spiritual realm. And I would say that unfortunately and fortunately, like what we feel like we've experienced over the past like 1 to 3 years is more like the warfare side of the spiritual realm. Like there's been just things that have happened to us that cannot be explained by any consequence of our actions or anything like that, but has felt truly like spiritual warfare on our family across a variety of different areas. And I think that,
Can I ask you something?
yeah,
So do you feel like it's just our family experiencing spiritual warfare, or do you feel like everyone experiences it?
so I think that everyone is susceptible to experiencing it. I think that there are doorways or portals where spiritual warfare can come in and attack your family. Like the most basic form of that is just saying like sin, like if you perpetually are acting within a certain
Like
sin,
porn.
sure, porn or drinking or addiction or infidelity or adultery, like we all kind of classically
Ouija
know
boards.
that. Ouija boards, like we all classically know those as like doorways into, hey, like as you sin, like your life is going to continue to be destroyed.
So it's kind of like, okay, if you watch porn, then you're saying like the demons see that and they're like, ooh, now he's vulnerable, we're going to go attack.
I think like Christianese or like Western Protestantism would say that's a foothold. Like that's like a foothold that Satan or demons can use to act against you.
So then my question is, since everyone sins, because
it's like, can I tell you the progression? It's like, okay, porn, like I've heard so many stories like this, like started with pornography, then escalated into, oh, I'm having an affair, then escalated into, I hate myself so much, so then I'm going to like start drinking, escalated into like
suicide.
Now I'm divorced, then it's suicide. And I think the ultimate end of every demon is if you are close to deliverance, they would rather destroy you.
So then my question is, do you feel like everyone experiences spiritual warfare because everybody sins?
My belief is that I think that some are like based on sin, but then I think honestly, I think other aspects of spiritual warfare can be generational. So there's like this, there's this famous author, John Mark Comer. He wrote like The Ruthless Elimination of Her. So he was like just like a Protestant pastor writer. So didn't really have any like theology around supernatural spiritual warfare, just like wasn't that guy, similar to us. And his wife, I don't remember the details of the podcast, but there's a there's a podcast episode called The Exorcist Files with his wife. And his wife also was like, yeah, we don't like do deliverance ministry or spiritual warfare or anything like that. But she was super sick and like no doctor could figure out what was wrong with her. And long story short, they found out that it was like, I'm butchering these details, but like her grandfather had an affair with a witch who then like created this kind of generational curse. And they like this deliverance minister, like uprooted that evil spirit and that demon. And she was never sick again after that, you know? And so it's like, I think some of it, and there's a big thing with like Freemasons, which did you remember when we had that we interviewed that Freemason on our podcast?
Yeah, who was? Wait, on our podcast?
Yes, we called in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I would have never done that these days. I would have never.
Oh, he was a nice guy.
No, a super nice guy.
Both of my grandfathers were Freemasons.
No, I know. So like I think any like exorcist or pastor you would talk to would be like, hey, like there's a link there that like could be generational spiritual warfare. Because like the higher you get up into Freemasonry, like.
But I just don't understand, like, why would it only enter there when like everyone struggles with sin, so everybody would experience generational sin?
So the craziest thing about this book
like
is
if your mom had a temper, then that's generational sin. If your dad was an alcoholic, that's generational sin. Like if you, and everyone sins, so everybody has something that passes down to them.
I can't answer it. And it sounds crazy to like our Western ears and eyes, but like look at biblically how big God was on like bloodlines, right? Like the descendants of Cain, the descendants of Abel, the descendants of Seth, the descendants of Noah.
That was before Jesus.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Because then I feel like Jesus comes in and makes everything like die for your sin. So like you can instantly be forgiven, so that, you know, so it's not so much about like generations. It's more about like your heart.
Yeah. But I think the spiritual.
That's why everything's not so legalistic anymore, is because of Jesus.
But I don't think it's legalistic. I think it's about like warfare within the spiritual realm, like based on different bloodlines or generational sins or, you know, what have you. We just call it different things. Like, oh, like, you know, my grandpa was an alcoholic, so I am an alcoholic. Like we call it different things and
it's
we
like
try and explain
medical
it.
Now. It's like, my mom was depressed, so I'm depressed.
Yeah, it's all
like spiritual warfare.
It's all material. It's all medical. And what's crazy is like if you read this book, we might be saying the same things, just in like it's almost like we're both pointing at the same thing, but from two different directions.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's really kind of like opened my eyes. It's kind of blown my mind, to be honest.
Do you believe everything in the book?
No, I don't, but I don't like think about things like that. You
just like to learn.
I just like to learn, and I like to be like, okay, like I think that some of these ideas are right, some of these ideas are right, and like I like to kind of
maybe you don't know.
Or maybe I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's just like it could be that way or this way.
Yeah, I'm always like more open to like reading things and trying to understand where someone's coming from. I don't feel like you are, if I'm being honest. Like I really don't. Like I kind of have to like really wait before I teach you something, because I can never really work it out in my head, because you're like, no, that's not
true.
I like to bring you baked ideas or like things I'm like really like. What was the one thing we fought about for like 3 episodes? That podcast.
Which one?
The telepathy tapes.
Oh, dude, that is so fake.
Dude, you got really.
It's so fake.
Yeah.
They're literally in the background. The moms are like.
But I'm always like.
And you're like, they're reading their minds, and the mom's like.
I'm like, what if? Like, let's just talk about this. Let's just work it out. You know, I'm with you on that one. Okay, so.
What if? Let's talk about demonic. Yeah, I don't know. I am a little stubborn.
Yeah. I concur.
I have a very
But it's so weird because you're so sweet. I like don't get it. It's like you're so sweet, but you can be so hard-headed. And I wouldn't even, it's so weird. It's like not even pride. It's like I wouldn't even call it pride. It's just like stubborn.
Well, I think it.
You don't like things that are not your idea. I don't think.
Oh, really? That would probably be pride, though.
Yeah, but it at least doesn't come across as pride. Maybe I just interpret you as a very sweet person.
I think that it's because when it comes to spiritual warfare or faith, I've told you this before. It's like some of the conversations I feel like we've had that puts like so much merit or weight on generational sin or curses or things that like just happened to someone that they didn't ever like receive that or mean to receive that, yet it just happened. And I do believe that some things just like happen, but and the way that like sometimes you explain people having to deal with it, it just puts so much weight on like the person, when I just have always believed God or Jesus to be like this so powerful that it overpowers like generational sin, or walking into a room where like there's a Ouija board in the room. So you like, I feel like you would be like, don't walk in there. The Ouija board's in there. And I'd be like, I'm going to pray before I walk in there because God's going to protect me and Jesus protects me from that. And like, no matter whatever is going on in that person will not happen to me because Jesus is protecting me. And I believe that he's greater.
Yeah. We're saying the same thing.
I know. But it just, sometimes the conversation puts so much power back onto like your self-will, I feel like, that it becomes transactional or becomes like legalistic. And I don't like looking at it like that.
I see you've said that like a couple times, and I actually don't think that's what I'm saying at all. I think that like the progression in my head is like, okay, there are things and forces that like are so beyond like our realm, if you will, and like it's spiritual warfare, and so therefore I have no choice but to like have my faith that like God can deliver me or us from this. Yeah. So it's more of like an acknowledgement of like, okay, this is real. So therefore the only way I can survive this is by like knowing and trusting Jesus.
Do you ever feel overwhelmed by how much we have to ask God to forgive us?
No, because I feel like
do you ask God to forgive you for your sins every day?
No, probably not.
I do.
I this is what I'm saying though. I think like it's like
but then I'm always like, how is it ever enough? Because like, what if I sinned right before I die and I didn't have time to ask for forgiveness?
But I think that this is like what I'm saying is
that's where like the legalism I feel like comes in, where I'm like, wait, it'll never be good enough.
Well, that's what's so confusing, is because I feel like you actually are like, oh, like that's super legalistic, but I feel like that is
I know that's
so legalistic.
No, I know, I agree with you that is legalistic. I think I was thinking about because like you also have been telling me more, and I had a conversation with my hairstylist who's Catholic, and he was talking about like the 7 sacraments and like, you know, just going in and asking or sitting in front of a priest and doing what do you call it when you confession. Mm-hmm. And I'm always like, because like that's one thing I learned as like a little girl. I always ask God at the end of the day to forgive me for my sins, and I've been doing that like lately. But it started freaking me out again because I'm like, oh my God, it's like never enough.
I know, but isn't that like, okay, the one most interesting thing about your past, present, and future of your faith is it all boils down to like one thing. And this is also something that just outside of your faith, it boils down to too, which is like you believing that you're good enough.
Okay.
But not good enough to like save yourself, but like you are, like, I feel like there's this lie that loops in your head, and it's like, I'm not good enough and I have to do this and I have to strive and I have to be this and I have to do this. And it just like loops. It loops in like motherhood. It loops in like probably our marriage. It loops in your faith and your relationship with Jesus. It just loops. Mm-hmm. And in my opinion is that like, if you were to stop that loop, that's like the number one thing that I feel like God wants for you.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know?
I feel pretty good about myself right now.
No, I do, for sure. But like even just now you were like, oh, I have to like pray for forgiveness. Like what if? And I just don't think that.
Well, I was just trying to have a conversation because sometimes that does come in my mind where I'm like, it can't. That's why I don't believe it's legalistic because, or like I don't believe I have to do that every day because I'm like, it will never be enough. Like I'll never
No, for sure.
Yeah, like I'm agreeing
yeah.
with you that
Okay,
like
okay.
it's silly that I think that way sometimes.
No, it's for sure because we're never.
I know. It's like
never.
when people like are like, oh, you have to be saved by good works. And it's like, you'll never be good enough. Like you'll just have to literally become a nun.
But even then,
But even then,
you're
it's
not good enough.
impossible.
It's impossible.
I know.
So this is why I'm looking forward to moving to Nashville because it's like
We'll just have so many more conversations like this.
no, for sure. And I think that like
'Cause we'll slow down enough to have the conversation.
well, okay, listen. Like I don't want to make this too deep, but like I really do feel like, and I'm not blaming cities or geographic places.
It's probably just habits we've established. We've like,
Well, even our neighbor coming to me and saying like, hey, like there's a culture here where you have to like strive and work and like get this car and do this. And like that's literally the antithesis of what Natalie Kennedy told you Nashville is. And I think that like for you and I, we built 2 incredibly successful businesses here. We built 4 beautiful children but like we built all of these things. And I think at the end, both you and I got to this point where we were like, it's never going to be enough.
yeah.
Like, and I remember this because I was talking to like one of our friends and I was like, dude, I just like feel like I can't keep up in this city. And they were like, it's crazy. If you guys feel like that, we all feel like that, you
Yeah.
know? And it just was never going to be enough. And I think that, when you look at like Natalie Kennedy being like, you want to slow down and like, it's just this idea of like kind of being, and like, it's not about our accomplishments. It's not about our accolades. Those will still come. Like we'll still work and I'm sure we'll be super successful and like still do business and stuff like that. But I don't know if we've gone through a season or we've allowed for ourselves to go through a season of like being like, hey, like
We have enough.
We are good enough. Like, and we are worthy enough for friendship, for the Lord to like love us, like, et cetera, for just being us.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest.
God, I hope people like me without all my accomplishments. They're so easy to hide behind.
They are so easy to hide behind, dude. I know they're so easy to hide behind, but then it's like, you know, but I think that
There's also so many famous people in Nashville that like people are like, okay, don't care.
but I think
like,
that like
you know.
once you give that up, or once we give that up, it's going to be weird. We're going to be like, why did it take us this long?
I know.
Like we could have just been hanging out.
We could have just been chilling like we were in Austin. Remember how much
No,
we
we
used
were
to-
grinding in Austin too.
No, we were at the lake with your dog every day.
But babe, we were under the
Yeah.
illusion that we were grinding. We didn't even know what grinding looked like until we moved to this city.
It's true.
You know why?
Grinding, bumping
Because in
and grinding.
Austin, you at least had things to do outside. Here,
Yeah.
it's like all you can do is grind.
Yeah, we love to grind.
It's
and
hot
grind
outside.
and eat and shop. Grind and eat and shop.
Grind, eat, shop, consume more.
More. I do love it here though.
Yeah.
I do. Well, anyway, so yeah, we will probably be moving to Nashville in a couple months. It's crazy. We just got to find a rental. If anybody's renting a house that can hold a family of 6, let us know. But anyway, thanks for listening to this podcast, and I guess we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Please note that this episode may contain paid endorsements and advertisements for products and services. Individuals on the show may have a direct or indirect financial interest in products or services referred to in this episode.